Hello, hello, hello. How are we today? Good morning, good morning. I'm running a little late today because my kids had no school today and I did not realize that they didn't have school. So make sure you say hello in the chat so I know you're here. So I know I'm not all alone. I greatly appreciate it. I'm really excited about this today. Uh, I'm really in this excited for my hair. It is not a good hair day. As you can see, it's pretty cloudy out. So the hair is fluffy. The hair is very fluffy. But today is like literally my favorite thing to talk about. I'm so excited. It's something that I'm very comfortable talking about. And I think a lot of people in the spiritual community are not comfortable to talk about, but I am. And that's money. Good morning. Well, I don't know if it's a morning. It's a morning for me still. It's 11. Just making sure my mic is good. I find with this mic, I have to like eat the mic. I love money and money loves. Good morning. Bonjour to my beautiful Sarah in Paris. I didn't really do an intro. I don't really ever do an intro. I didn't even, so I'm using a new streaming service. So I don't know how to put the intro in yet, but we will get there. Your girl is learning. I'm just trying to master what I know now. I'm just trying to master what I know now. And that is using OBS as simply and easily as possible. So then eventually I can go to the next step and stream from Discord like a baddie. If you don't know, I am a part of the Misfit Mafia, which is an incredibly powerful and empowering group of fellow streamers and streaming fans where we build and grow together. Very excited about it. But like I said, I'm very excited about today's topic. If you didn't see the thumbnail says it's Wealthy Wednesday, and which is, hold on a second. My phone is going off the crazy. I forgot to put it on DND. Woo woo. I just had coffee, so I'm a little high. So, before we do anything, there is one thing I want to do, and I want to say hi to everybody in the chat because first and foremost, I'm just incredibly grateful for all of the love and the support I've been receiving. This is only my, what, 5, 6, 7th time I've really gone live consistently, and the love and the support is very humbling. So I'm very, very grateful. You're gonna get it, Kate. You are a super heroine. So in English, it would be an E at the end. Otherwise, you're just telling me I'm heroin. Like heroin. Like, against you. Yes, please, everybody, make sure you hit the like. Make sure you subscribe. I'm excited. So let's first talk about how important it is for the chosen people, how important it is for angelic beings, for earth angels. Let's talk about how important it is, spiritual people, the chosen people, to be incredibly wealthy. Why? It's very simple. God wants you to be wealthy. But the problem is we grow up in environments that teach us that one, having a lot of money makes you evil, or two, you grow up in an environment, well, maybe money was just really, really hard to come by, because you watched your parents slave away and make the bare minimum. And so you start to have this belief system that money is really, really hard to come by. This is all subconscious programming and not of God. This is not of God. Because if we go back to the Garden of Eden, they had everything they could imagine. They had everything they could imagine at their fingertips. Life was abundant. Life was plentiful, right? And so that is exactly what God and our angels want for us. The problem is we get in their way. We get in their way. We do. Because we believe that money is evil. Money is not evil, people. What happens is money exaggerates or amplifies who we already are. So if you are a kind, beautiful, giving person, the more money you have, the more you're going to be of that. For example, and I love using this analogy because I think in the times it's very, very, very valuable lesson. We have billionaires in this world right now who could literally wipe out world hunger. They could literally, with money, and they wouldn't lose any lifestyle. They would continue to live in a beautifully abundant life. I mean, let's look at Dolly Parton, God rest her soul. She could be a billionaire. She could have been a billionaire, but she chose not to. She chose to use her abundance to share with everyone else. And that is why it's such a great example to show everyone that thank you so much for the jewels. I appreciate you. Mandy, thank you. And so you have to understand that money is not evil, but we have been kind of indoctrinated. We have been programmed by society, by religion, by our parents, by, every outside possible influence that money is evil. Because there are bad people that when they get a lot of money, you see that money exasperating and amplifying exactly who they are. For example, if all of you had $1 million right now, if I waved my magic little wand here and I said, angels, bless every single person, bless everyone in my chat right now with $1 million, what would you actually do with it? Would you hurt people with it? Would you be like the Epstein files individuals and hurt children? No, it wouldn't even cross your mind. Because money is not evil. It's the people that are evil and have access to a lot of money that do evil things. But if we had tons of people who had access to abundance of money, the world would be a better place. And that's why us pursuing abundance, us pursuing wealth is of God, is incredibly spiritual, and is on mission. Right. Rox Pavita said clearly they would have a dog sanctuary. Melissa said she would help her parents. Right? Me, I already have 12 cats and 4 dogs because as I've made more money, I have specifically adopted more animals. Every time I hit a big bonus, there's a rescue group that I work with. And then I have this weird obsession with jailbreaking dogs. And mostly dogs, because cats have it a little easier in the rescue system here, and they know when to reach out to me when they need money to pull a dog from the euthanasia list, and they have a foster lined up and they just don't have enough money. They knock on my door, and every single time I got you, yes, and I cry and they cry, and so I that's one of my little things that I do. I love to jailbreak dogs. I love to pull them off of the euthanasia list. Another thing I do is I'm constantly rescuing cats. One, because I need them for spiritual protection. I will talk about that another time and how cats actually spiritually protect you, and what they can do and what kind of energy they bring into your home. I've actually posted that on my Instagram and my YouTube many times because I'm a big believer in it. But, the more money I have, the more good I've done. Because that's inherently who I am. The more I give back. The more I'm able to, put free information out into the universe and not have to charge for it because I believe that God writes my checks, right? Another thing that I do is my son, and I'm doing this not to toot my own horn, but to show you that good people with lots of money do good things. Thank you, Mandy. I appreciate you. I don't know if you already did it, but it's like coming through now, the jewels. Yeah. And so that is my point. If you are a not so great person, and you have access to a lot of money, you're probably going to not do great things. But if you are a beautiful souled person with a generous heart, a giver, and you have access to abundance of money, you're going to do good things, right? Thank you so much, Mandy. That's my point. So it's time for you to move out of that mindset that money is evil. Now, evil is greed. Greedy is evil. Because when you have access to such a gift of abundance, right, and you're not sharing the wealth, that's not of God. Here's something else. Mandy, you are so generous. Thank you so much. Here's something that a lot of people don't know. I know many of you who've been following for a while know this very well, and I will scream this. I will scream this until every cow comes home. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ was not poor. Now, if you're familiar with any Jewish history or mysticism or the Torah in the Old Testament, you would know without a doubt in your mind, that in order to be presented in the temple like Jesus Christ was presented in the temple after his birth, the only individuals who are able to be presented in the temple are those of nobility, connections, or merchants with money. It's the only way. And the only way that, anybody would take somebody seriously or believe someone, and this is just logic in my opinion, that they are the mother of God and immaculate conception, you would have to have some sort of, credit to your name. You'd have to have some sort of, backing. All of a sudden these kings and, wise men show up with gifts. They wouldn't believe some pauper. They would not believe some peasant. They would just kind of shoo them off. That's how it worked. See, Jesus Christ also had an accountant. And even if we were to give it the benefit of the doubt, because remember in the Torah and then in the Bible, the Old Testament, there's plenty of missing timeline of Jesus Christ's life, right? And it wasn't written until many, many years over. Trust me, I love Jesus Christ. I am a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ. But there's also things that we have to understand as being Christ-like that is real and what is not real. It's using your discernment. And so it's important for you to understand is even if we're to give the benefit of the doubt, and he was living frugally, right? Everywhere he went, he was provided for, right? So he lived an abundant lifestyle, and he lived well, and he ate well, and he shared. And he knew how to celebrate. There's a great story in the Bible where he talks about, my dogs are barking at something. There's kids are home, so you never know. Where he's at a wedding and his mother whispers in his ear and she says, we're celebrating and we have no wine. And so Jesus Christ turns water into wine. And that's to show he knew when to party. He knew when to have a good time, to enjoy life. And so that's why it's so important on Wealthy Wednesday for us to have these conversations, to talk about what is wealth, how to embody the wealthy mindset, how to be Christ-like, and I don't mean just religiously, but spiritually. How to allow your angels to guide you so that you can live in a place of abundance where you believe that God writes your checks and you no longer learn or move from learned behavior from years and years of patterns that your parents taught you where money was hard to get. Now I'm going to share a story with you guys about how I struggle with my money blocks. Now, I don't truly believe that money have blocks, but I think it is a good way to talk about the conversation because I'll tell you this. We jokingly say in my family that we went from Prada to nada. I grew up in a very affluent life. My father came from born and raised in Manhattan in the Upper West Side. And my grandparents actually lived in the Majestic on 82nd Street, right across from the Dakota where John Lennon was killed. Like, they grew up well. He did good. He went to private schools in Manhattan. He went to UPenn. He graduated as an architect 2 times over. He got his master's, blah, 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 blah. But then, unfortunately, addiction hit him. And when I was probably in my early teens, we went from Prada, good morning, SG, to nada. I went from knowing what money was and what that lifestyle was, from summer homes to nothing. You know what I mean? Like, my father lost his whole practice. My parents, got divorced. Money was tight. And so for me, I inherited this belief that money is not safe and money will abandon you. I have to get some, actually. I'm going to get my son to bring me up. I forgot to bring it up. Thank you, Sarah. I do need water. I've been doing pretty good. What do you say? It's nice having the kids home, especially the 6-year-old. Because he can be my gopher. So I inherited these money belief systems that money is not safe and that you cannot rely on it and money will abandon you. And that money is hard to come by. And that even when you come by it, it's going to be out the door. And so to this day, I still struggle with this money block, this money mindset, that money will always abandon me. Now, it doesn't help that I already have deeply rooted abandonment issues because I was adopted, and now it even manifested in my money. It's like, how many, and let me know in the chat, please, ones in the chat if you can relate with this, how many of you believe that every time you get a little bit of money, you get a big bill? Because that's a money block. Let me know in the chat. How many of you literally are like, oh my God, of course, as soon as I get a little windfall, you're right, I needed that water. How many, let me know in the chat, ones in the chat. How many of you have had this experience where it was like, oh no, I got some money. Now what? Oh shit, I've got a bill. How many of you, please? I know for a fact that you guys can relate with this because many of us have similar money blocks, money mindsets. Yeah. It's like, oh, I know when money's coming in because something breaks. Like, how many times have you had that experience where it was like, oh, I had a great day in sales. I work commission and I make really good money. And then you wake up the next morning and your dishwasher's broken. I know. Yeah. That is a money block. That is you having this belief system that you, thank you so much, Sean, that you cannot rely on money and that money will always abandon you and that money is not safe and that money will always let you down because money in the past has always let you down. Oh shit. So what you actually have isn't just a money block, but you have deeply rooted, oh God, it's getting scary because it's real money work. See, when we're changing our money mindset, we actually change our entire life because when we believe that we are worthy, self-worth journey to have all the things in abundance and we surrender to that maybe we are worthy because God believes that we're worthy, everything changes. Yeah. So, because when we heal our money block, we literally heal like all of our blocks because they're all related. So what you actually have is abandonment issues because in your life, you're in your experience, anything that has been good has been taken or has left you. Went to the chat if that relate. Do you relate to that? Do you relate to that where it's like no matter what happens, anything good in your life leaves you? Let me know. Because that's something that I have had to navigate my entire life. I have had to navigate that, you know what, I am safe. And money is safe for me. And money shows up for me whenever I need it in abundance. That money never lets me down. That money always has my back, that it is safe for me to have an abundance of money. It is safe for me to have a fat ass fucking bank account. It is safe for me to be booked, busy, and in demand. See how quickly everything is changing in your mind and in your physical body right now as I speak this fucking truth to you, is that you do not feel safe. You do not feel safe receiving, you do not feel safe holding, and you do not feel safe having because you truly believe that you are fucking unworthy, unfucking worthy, and that you are not enough. Oh shit. So the most powerful way to be a wealthy motherfucker is to believe and decide that you are worthy of such a life. How many of you believe that you're worthy? How many of you believe that you are worthy of being a millionaire? Yeah, I've got to make more. Everybody loves my affirmations and I've got to fucking step up and do more. I get kind of in my head because it's like they don't do as well as my other videos. And so I'm like, well, I don't really think people like them. But then people tell me all the time, like, no. Like, we watch them every day. I'm like, oh shit, do you? Let's fucking go. So let me know on the, like how many, kind of, but part of that is having chemo at 3. So I don't trust human. True. Let's talk about another thing. How many of you believe, practice, or know of the law of attraction? And the reason why I'm bringing this up because it's Rocks Positive talking about how they have had chemo when they were 3. And that is a great teaching moment for all of you. How many of you believe in the law of attraction? I fucking hate, from the bottom of my fucking heart, I fucking hate the law of attraction. I think it is privileged. I think it is bullshit. I think it doesn't work. And I think it's exhausting and not fucking sustainable because most of us have mental health issues or have experienced extreme trauma. And the idea of forcing you to try to embody a frequency that is not even fucking real is bullshit. Now, do I believe in manifestation? I do. But I believe and I practice the law of assumption. The law of assumption means that at any frequency, you can manifest whatever you want. The problem with the law of assumption is you have people that are coming from a place of privilege who practice a law of attraction that have never truly understood hardship, that don't have mental health issues, that probably have never experienced oppression, right? And so it's easy for them to match to a frequency when they don't have any fucking trauma associated with that. Because they probably grew up in a home where mommy and daddy both worked, or one worked, and they didn't have money issues or struggles, and they didn't lose anything. Whereas the law of assumption teaches you that it does not matter where you come from. It does not matter what you have. It's whether or not you believe you are worthy. It's whether or not you believe that God writes your checks. It's the assumption that no matter what, it will be as long as you believe that it will be. Not that you have to sit there and kumbaya for 4 hours at a time. Fuck that. Who has time for that? Who has fucking time to sit there and do the 3-6-9, not to say it doesn't fucking work, method by Eckhart Tolle. Was it Eckhart Tolle? No, it was fucking brain fart again. You know, who has the fucking time to sit down and write 400 million fucking affirmations over and over and over and over and over and over again to will something into your life, as opposed to I am, therefore I am worthy, therefore it is, therefore I assume that no matter what fucking happens, that I can attract all things at any frequency. I am wealthy because I have decided that I am wealthy. I am wealthy in all areas of my life because I exist, because God has said to me that I should open the floodgates and be open and ready and feel safe to receive. Right? Because the law of attraction is bullshit. And that's why it doesn't fucking work. I can promise you, so many of you here who have been practicing the law of attraction for years you manifest something, it works, and then it goes. Because you're not doing the real fucking work. The real fucking work, it starts with you. If you start to reprogram your subconscious mind to believe that your success is inevitable, and that you are paid to exist, and you're booked and busy and demand, and there's no fucking other way to be, that no matter what happens, even on your bad days, you are successful, you will be. It's about believing that the universe has your back no matter what, no matter how you show up, no matter whether you did your makeup or not. Right? The law of assumption truly is that bitch. And law of assumption predates pretty much all of the manifesting techniques. One of my favorite gurus in manifestation, Florence Scovel Shinn, was talking about this to large groups and crowds and wrote books in the early 1900s. Still that bitch. Still that fucking bitch. And I have followed her for years. I mean, not that I follow her literally because she's since passed, but I've read all her books. Love her. We do. And you guys, at any time, you can ask questions in the chat. I will do my best to answer them. I'm kind of on a roll today because this is my wheelhouse. This is what I love. Hey, Haley. This is what I love to talk about. I love money. I do love money because I understand that money isn't evil. I understand that money is a tool, is a resource, and it allows us to create and build the life we dream of. And that greed is inevitably evil. And that when we tap into the mind of abundance and understand that abundance is infinite, if you actually looked up in the ethers and saw what abundance looked like, you'd be fucking shocked. Thank you, Haley. My hair's a mess, but I did do my makeup today and I got my lashes done. We love that for me. Now I have some notes. I'm going to pull some notes up. Because I can fucking yap, but there are certain things that I want to hit, that I want to talk about. Okay, number uno. Wealth is not proof of your spiritual worth because money responds to decisions, your standards, your skill, your visibility, and your action. I'm going to tell you a story. This is one of my favorite stories. Everyone wants to know, how did I step into this energy of like wealth and money and angelic blessings? It was because I made the decision that I was going to do so. I would say about what was it? What year was it? We were still at the old house. Let's say 4 or 5 years ago. Sean, my husband, I've talked about him a lot. He was getting ready to have a full shoulder replacement. I could ask him what year it was. It's crazy. It's been a minute, but we were getting ready to go into Christmas with no Christmas because the way the insurance was, workers' comp, where he was going to be out of work for almost 3 months for recovery, and it would take like a 30-day delay for the money to come in. Okay. How can you get rid of a negative presence in the room? We can talk about that in a bit. Or if you stick around, we are doing a whole paranormal show right after this where I can really dive into that. But right now really is all about wealth. And I promise everybody, Palo Santo will not remove anything. Palo Santo is actually more of a healing energy. It's more of like a negative energy to remove negative energies, but not entities, to kind of clear the space. There are stuff like sage, but not white sage. Be very mindful not to use white sage, because white sage will literally call spirits in, and it is indigenous and from a closed practice. And if you don't know how to use it, or you don't have access to those ancestors, you can really fuck your shit up. So that's very, very mindful. This is another part of my wheelhouse. So basically what happened was, I remember sitting there and saying, fuck this. I am no longer going to struggle anymore. We're going to have the best fucking Christmas we've ever had. And in that moment, there was no plan B. And I showed up online and we had our best Christmas ever. We went from thinking that we weren't going to have a Christmas to that month alone that I made over $8,000. That was from doing private readings. That was from, monetization, everything. And I had never really taken it. I'd never taken it seriously. And I was like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm going to be rich at this. I'm going to make the fucking money. I made that conscious decision that it was going to be successful. Why do you think when I do my other show, when I talk about these things, I say, everything I touch turns to gold? Because I've decided that it does. That everything that I do is successful. It's because I made the decision that it will be. All I have to do is show up successfully and take things seriously. Stormy, you don't have to have the way. That's where God comes in. That's where God comes in. That's where God comes in. Okay? It's trusting and surrendering that it's inevitable, and then showing up and doing what you need to do every day. Good morning, Chop. That's my point. I made the decision in this moment that no matter what happened, plan B does not exist. That my new show is going to be wildly fucking successful because I say that it is. And that every fucking thing that I touch turns to gold. And everything I fucking do is wealth. And everything I fucking put my mind to and take seriously has serious fucking results. It's when you make that conscious decision that it is, and this is a law of assumption, it will be. But there's more to it than that. There's more to that, all right? Because in order for you to truly believe that, you've got to do the subconscious mind work. Your subconscious mind is the money blocks we were talking about earlier in the stream, where I was telling you all about how I went from Prada to Nada, and I believed that money was not safe and that money was always going to abandon me. How do I change that? Because we're talking about science now. We're talking about the neural pathways in our minds that were literally from the time of infancy, from toddlerhood to our adolescence, that have been wired in our brain. We're fighting against science now. So how do we change that? Because so many of you are like, Kate, I hear you. I get it. Make the decision. But nothing is changing. Well, why is nothing changing? Because you're fighting yourself. You're fighting science. We're talking, like I said, about the neural pathways in your brain. Think about it's like a computer keyboard or a computer system, right? Your subconscious mind is that software running behind the scenes, telling your computer how to do everything. In our physical body, this software system that shows us how to walk, how to talk, how to think, how to move, how to receive, how to do everything. And our subconscious mind literally controls over 90% of everything we fucking do. Thank you, Sarah, for helping them. And so it's so important for you to understand that you're fighting against everything you know, but you don't have the right tools. You have to break the neural pathways first. How do we break the neural pathways? When you start to have that insecure feeling or that negative thought, you do one of two things. One, you ask yourself, is what I'm telling myself true? Is money hard to make? Not really, if you think about it. All you have to do is show up to your job and inevitably you're going to get a paycheck, right? So in reality, money isn't really that hard to make. Or how about every single time you thought that everything was going to fall apart and you were going to lose everything, something would happen where you were okay. The money would come, the opportunity would come, something would happen. It was like you were a cat landing on your feet. So if we look at things from realistic and logical places and not allow our emotions to control us, in reality, logically, our subconscious mind is wrong. But the problem with your subconscious mind is this. Your subconscious mind does not give two fucks how you feel. It only wants to be right. And so it's constantly going to be look for ways. Thank you so much, Care, for the jewels. Looking for ways to prove themselves right. So if you believe that money is hard to come by, it's going to be constantly looking to show you proof that money is hard to come by. Or if you have a belief system, finding a job is really hard, your subconscious mind is going to tell you and show you how hard it's going to fucking be. Because subconsciously, you've already decided that it's hard to find a fucking job. As opposed to, for me, after years and years and years of work of retraining my neural pathways by breaking them first, and I'm going to talk about that next, to me, it's inevitable. No matter what fucking happens, I'm going to make fuck you money. But it took me time to get there. Hello, Ivan. And so here's the deal. How do you break them? Well, you break them. When you start to have them, I can either do, like I said, the one of two things and start to show your subconscious mind that it's wrong. But what happens when you don't know how to do that? Well, you just do something different. You start having that thought process. It's just like when you're trying to break a habit, if you're trying to quit something like smoking, because you're doing the same thing. You're breaking a habit. What you're doing is you get up and you do something different. Every time you crave that cigarette, you go for a walk, right? Every time you want to have that negative thought, what do? You stand up, you do something different. You go do your dishes, you say affirmations, you say a prayer, you do something different. We talk about this all the time. If I tell you to not think of a pink elephant, do not think of a pink elephant, do not think of a pink elephant, do not fucking think of a pink elephant. Guess what you're thinking of right now? A pink elephant. So what you have to do is replace that subconscious mind thought with something different. You have to rewire the software program. Here's something for all my techie techs. When you're updating a processing system, when you're doing an update on your software, what do? Do you first remove it? Do you remove the old software? What do? You're removing it? See, that's the problem. Y'all are trying to remove something as opposed to just replacing it. It's just like a computer with your system. You don't remove it. You put the update in it. You update the software. That's all we're doing, right? We're updating the software with new thoughts. So every single time that you have that negative thought, whether you're conscious of it or not, and that's why affirmations are so powerful, because it's the repetition. It's when you're allowing your conscious mind to rewire your subconscious mind and you're using your conscious mind as a tool. Are you guys following this? Let me know in the chat, 111 in the chat, if I'm making sense to you. Does this make sense? Is this resonating for you? Is this changing the way you're thinking? Is this helping you to start to realize that your wealth is inevitable, that you can be wealthy and that you are worthy of being wealthy? 111 in the chat, if that makes sense to you. As I swallow water, oh my God. Oh my God. Try not to die. Gosh. Oh my God, I almost died. Oh my God. Trying to kill me. Trying to kill myself. And stay tuned because I actually pulled out, and I haven't used these in a while, my money oracle deck. So we're going to have fun with this later. I'm very excited because I think you guys underestimate how much I love money, how much I love changing mindsets, how I love inspiring everybody to be their wealthiest version of themselves. It's literally my favorite fucking thing to do. I'm a bougie ass bitch and I love money. And I don't feel bad about it at all. For years, I felt like because I was in the spiritual space, I wasn't allowed to show this side of me. But this is who I am. Yeah, don't die. right? I made the conscious decision that things were going to be a certain way, and I took no fucking prisoners. I hope you guys can feel the passion I have behind this, because I feel so strongly about it, because I've watched my life I watched my life go from 0 to 100 by these principles, by these lessons from my angels, that God wants us to be wealthy, that God wants us to do all the things, to have all the things, to have the most beautiful and exciting life that we could possibly ever imagine. Hello, Latricia. All right. Number 2 on my little listy list. Okay. Stop treating money like a mysterious force. Okay. Let me know in the chat. How many of you feel like money is like this mysterious thing, and it's like hard to come by, and every time it comes into your life, it's fleeting. Okay. Let me know, because you need to understand that money is just a tool. It's a resource. It's an exchange. That's all it is. But let me know in the chat what you think. Does it feel like it's this mysterious, magical thing that, just doesn't make sense to you? Are you giving money too much power when it's just a tool? Is that what's going on? Link the one that you're talking about, or you might be talking about the ones that I do, just the shorts that I do for the members only. Money's not like a cat. I don't know. My cats are really sweet and loyal and like really obsessed with me. So maybe money is like a cat. Like I have to close my office door so that they are not up my ass when I'm working. Let me know. Okay, here's a better question. When I ask you how money makes you feel, tell me in the chat how money makes you feel. If I say, "Ooh, money," what does you feel? Like, what does that word mean to you? What does that mean for you? When I say the word money, what does that feel like in your body? Is it scary? Is it uncomfortable? What does that feel like? When I used to hear or feel like money, I would feel dread. I dreaded the idea of money. Now when I think of money, I'm like, oh yeah, baby. Did I just sound like Austin Powers? See, Stacey, we got to work on that. I would dread money. I was afraid of money. I used to be so afraid of money. Now I'm like, ooh. Mine used to attack me when it wasn't love me. Feel that. Oh, wait, your cat? I thought you were talking about money. I was like, wait, your money attacks you? What did your money do to you? Now, let's be so for real. We're in a really fucked up economy right now. So, don't allow the money to dictate your worth, because we are fighting against forces that a lot of us did not expect to have to fight against, right? And so please do not take that personally in any way. There are things going on outside of us that we cannot control, unfortunately. Give me a second. Yo, you guys want to say something fucking crazy? I didn't even realize it. I just looked, but we just hit 59 fucking thousand subscribers on YouTube. What the fuck? See, my success is, and that's the same thing. I made the conscious decision I was just going to be successful on YouTube, and that I was going to have a fuck ton of subs. I literally just made that decision. Like I don't think you guys realize I do that. It's like, it's the only thing I need now. It's because you're desperate for it and you don't believe you're worthy of it. But we're going to change that. That's what these Wealthy Wednesdays are all about. It's about jumping into the chat, like just sucking up all of my energy, my money-making energy, and becoming the wealthiest version of yourself. Like, I'm throwing it all out there. Like, I want to share my success with all of you, and I want you guys to step into your most successful versions of yourself. I want you to wake up every morning and be like, I'm that motherfucking bitch. I get paid to exist. People love to pay me. People love what I do. My words have fucking impact. I'm worthy of this visibility. Period. You get it now. Fuck yeah. Good, Ivan. Do not leave. I promise you, we will change your life collectively. Us angel baddies don't fuck around. Yeah, we don't fuck around in this bitch because I think there's like the spiritual community has become sterile. Does that make sense? It feels very like sterile. There's no passion behind it. There's no oomph. There's no cojones, no nothing. It's not real. It's so boring and pastel and ugh, like fuck ew. It's so disempowering. It's so like, oh, just let it be, as opposed to take no fucking prisoners and I'm building the life I've always wanted. There's no fucking energy behind it. There's no personalities. There's no fun. Manifestation, prayer, life, all of this is fucking, it should be so fun. You should wake up in the morning ready to fucking be your biggest, baddest, angelic bad bitch ever and be so fucking excited. You should be having fun when you're dancing and calling in money, when you're saying your affirmations. You should actually feel something. Not the, I am wealthy because I am wealthy. No, I am divinely guided. My angels always have my back. Do you feel me now? Like the difference, the excitement that goes behind everything that we do here? Because you don't know why you guys are so fucking excited. Why every time you say my affirmations, it fucking works. It's because it's real. And you're feeling the energy and the passion that me and the angels put into that shit. All of the magic and the glitter that we put into every fucking affirmation that we build together, every prayer that we write together, every prediction that we create. And you feel it. And all of a sudden you found someone like me who doesn't hold back and who is her authentic, most empowered version of herself. And you're like, oh shit, it's actually fucking working this time. Oh shit. And you know what? It's terrifying, isn't it? It's fucking terrifying right now that shit's fucking working out, isn't it? Because you're uncomfortable. You're fucking uncomfortable that things are working. You're fucking uncomfortable and you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. Because you're like, how is it? Why this time? Why is it working this time? Well, maybe because you finally decided that, you know what, it's going to work. And maybe this time you're actually tapping into some fucking real energy and you're believing in yourself. And you're working on your self-worth and you're showing up for yourself differently than you ever had, because this fucking time, you're doing it for you. That's the difference. Because when we do it for everyone else, we're not in alignment. But when we come back to ourselves and we stop allowing our empathy to get us into trouble, because we're empathetic enough, and we do it because we're allowed to be both grateful for what we have, but also ambitious to want more, and you're okay with that, everything changes. Receiving is a skill. Stop dismissing compliments, opportunities, support, gifts, and unexpected money. Say thank you. I want to do something. Oh, Haley, you're so sweet. Thank you. I want to do something really quick, right? How many of you, when you give a compliment to somebody, you feel like you have to immediately give them a compliment back? How many? How many times has somebody said to you, wow, you look so pretty, and then you feel like, oh, wow, you look so pretty too? That is proof right there that you don't know how to fucking receive a compliment, and that you don't feel like you're worthy of a compliment, and that the only way that you're worthy of giving or receiving a compliment is if you give a compliment back. You are uncomfortable with receiving. You do not feel like you're worthy of receiving, as opposed to thank you. People all the time are like, damn girl, you look good. I said, thank you. I work really fucking hard at it. I do. And so when somebody says to me, wow, girl, you look good, to me, I'm like, fuck yeah. All of my hard work is paying off. So from now on, your homework for today, because I'm known for giving fucking homework, is this. When you are given a compliment, don't you fucking dare give another compliment back. You receive the compliment. Thank you. Somebody says to you, I love your lipstick. Thank you. Thank you. It's Dior. Thank you. It's CoverGirl. Thank you. It's my favorite lip shade. Wow. I love your energy. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. That's it. That is huge. It's going to feel fucking terrible at first too, because you're going to feel like, why am I worthy of receiving this compliment? So from now on, when somebody says something nice to you, what do we say? Tell me what do we say in the chat? Chat, what do we fucking say? Hey guys, chat. You guys have great energy. You guys have great energy. Receive that bitch. What do we say? What do we say? I don't see anything. Either I'm delayed or y'all are fucking around. You're not listening. You're not taking direction. Oh, but this is fun homework. Uncomfortable but fun. No, you just say thank you. Because when you say thank you, I'm a work in progress, you're still minimizing the compliment. What is wrong, Sarah? Because don't take away from it. Thank you. It's that simple. Because you don't owe anybody anything just because they wanted to give you a beautiful compliment. Congratulations on your wedding dress. Yes. If you're having houseless issues, reach out to your local government assistance. When I was damn near houseless, when I left my ex-husband, you got to lean on your resources. I'm so confused. But my wedding dress came today, but you're not getting married. I'm going to need a story behind that. I'm going to need a story behind that. Yeah. Okay. Here's another question. How many times when people offer you help, you say, no, I'm fine, when you actually need the help? Did you post it in the community? I'm like way behind. I just realized now I forgot to post the card of the day. So I'm going to have to do that after this live for my angel baddies. Cause my kids don't have school today. So I'm not going to lie. I woke up this morning and I was like yelling at my kid. I was like, why aren't you at school? Da, 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 da. Like, cause he's 16. So he gets himself to school now by himself and he drives. So it's like not a big deal. And he goes, Mom, there's no school today. I was like, oh shit. So I turned my alarm off and I went back to bed. I'm not even going to lie. I did. Yeah. In Wisconsin. Right before I seen your shorts, I just kept coming across Archangel Michael pictures with scriptures attached. But how can I connect with him? I've been clean and sober, trying to do my best, but everyone... Yeah, do that, please. Congratulations on your sobriety. That's huge. Yeah, I know. We've all been there. But how many of you, okay, when people offer you help, how many of you have a hard time receiving it? Let's get back to this. Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, but I do it for me too. You guys remember, like I'm pulling cards for all of us, including me. Like I'm not having a good hair day. I might go put this bitch up in a ponytail here in a minute. But I was like, Oh, Haley, I just got a lip flip yesterday. I'm very, very excited. Hopefully by tomorrow or the next day, I'll start to see more of the results. I'm super hyped because I hadn't gotten one in a while. Haley's my buddy here. She was so cute. She saw me in the Discord. Make sure you guys, if you become an Angel Baddie, you can join the Discord where we all hang out and kind of chit chat and get to know each other. And she was showing me her lips and she was being so fucking cute. Cause I remember when I first got my lips done, like I couldn't stop looking in the mirror and like taking hundreds of pictures, and she's going to show me like her lips and I was like, they look good too. They look good. So I was like really excited when she showed me. I'm a girly girl, and there's not a lot of girly girls yet in the Misfit Mafia. We're working on it, and it's so funny to me when we're like in the VC, the voice channel. It's kind of like a group call, but you know, some people go on camera, some people don't, but we all kind of like hang out and chit chat. And whenever we start talking about like girly stuff, like all the guys in there are like, "Wait, what?" I live for it. I live for it. I almost feel like we need our own little like channel of like girly girl night because I live for it. You know, I'm surrounded by men a lot. My husband, my son, and then like I work with a lot of fellow streamers that are very, very masculine and very kind of set in their way. So as soon as we're like, you know, we're like, ooh, skincare, ooh, makeup, ooh, lip filler. I am in a temporary housing situation now with my kids, but I know there is something greater behind it. I have been accepting the help, but I still have a hard time. You know, especially in your situation, you know, there's a lot of shame associated with what you're going through. But I can guarantee you did not get yourself into this position. I can see it. Obviously, I'm psychic. And so unfortunately, you are a victim to your circumstances, but you don't need to stay that way forever. Stop taking on this shame that is not yours, my love. Natalie, is it Natalie's? Natalie, I don't want to say your name wrong. I'm so sorry. We often take on the shame of others because we are ashamed to be in a situation we never thought we would be in, even though it's not our fault. And unfortunately, we are in a society where a lot of women specifically are made to feel terrible for being put in situations that are not their fault. I was a single mom. I survived and am now thriving from this DV. Like, hello. So please do not take it as your shame. And the most valuable thing I can say to you is stop focusing on your struggle and start focusing on your comeback. If that comeback takes 6 months, 6 years, I don't care. That is where your focus is on. Do not allow this moment in time to dictate your worth and who you are. I went from welfare. I was one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about what I do is because I was literally on welfare. You know, I'll never forget when I left my now ex-husband, the father of my daughter. You know, I needed $50 once. And it was to pay a bill, like a phone bill or something like that. And I called him up. And mind you, like we were married. It wasn't like I had like a kid out of wedlock. Like we were married for like 6-7 years, 6 years. And then, you know, he took forever to divorce. Like, and I said to him, I need $50. You know what this piece of shit said? Go to a soup kitchen. It's not that he didn't have the money. He was just a piece of shit. And I had his daughter at the time was like 6 or 7 months old, and I'm doing all the things that I can just to like keep a roof over her head and, you know, formula in her belly because I couldn't breastfeed. I tried, I wanted to. And, you know, WIC only covers so much and food stamps only cover so much. Yeah, I was on fucking food stamps. Yeah, I fucking was. My kid got free lunch. And I have no shame in my game because look where I'm at now. And I hope that I can be an inspiration to you that, you know what, your situation right now is fucking temporary. It's not forever. And just think about how fucking amazing and incredible your comeback's going to be. Just keep looking ahead of you and stop looking behind you. And use that anger to fuel you. All those people that let me down, who said I wasn't going to be shit, fuck you bitches, look at me now. Fuck you bitches, look at me now. Right? So take this moment right now as proof that it's possible and that receive all the help you can. I did. I had no shame in my game. I was like, give me all the help for my kids, for me, so that we can have a better life away from this piece of shit. And now here I am, married to the absolute love of my life, doing God's work, passionate about what I do. Yeah. It's never where you came from, it's where you're headed. And if you're here, you're looking how to be better, to do better. And one of the most powerful things my now husband actually said to me, because I sat here one day and I was like, why am I so blessed? And he said to me, he's like, but why not you? Why not you? Why not any of us? Why not any of us? And I love, because this is great, because we're literally going to be talking about this next, okay? Where is it? Because I wrote this down. Stop calling yourself broke. Your language becomes the instruction your mind follows. Why do you think I don't ever really say that I am a victim of DV? I experienced DV. It was horrific and traumatic, but I am not a victim of DV. I don't even look at myself like I don't even say that I'm a DV survivor. Have you guys noticed that you guys don't even realize I talk about that? Right? I don't even talk about it because I don't associate that as part of my identity. It is something that I experience, but not who I am. Your homelessness right now is not who you are. It is something that you're currently experiencing. Do you see what I'm saying? The difference here? Too many of us identify with our trauma, or we allow our trauma or what we're currently experiencing be our identity. You ever see people on social media that build their entire identity around the fact that their ex-husband was a piece of shit, and now they have to talk about their ex-husband for the rest of their lives? And that's who they become. They become the bitter ex-wife. And they will never, ever, 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 ever be able to break out of that because that is now their identity. I could never, and I would never, and I would never let any of you do the same. Never identify with your trauma. You experience trauma, but it is not who you are. Then you're already you're ahead of the game. You are not what you are experiencing, and what you are experiencing is not your worth. Okay? Your trauma is not who you are. And that's where we come back to the money again. Literally. Because once you kind of break free of this victim mentality, you move forward. And your success is inevitable. Because I identify as a fucking incredible... Oh, did you see that lightning? But there's... Oh, I feel like that's a sign. Did you see that? Ooh, it's very spooky. Very, very spooky. I identify as a wealthy bitch, a hot bitch, a powerful bitch, an angel baddie. That's what I identify as. That's who the fuck I hit the mute. That was me. I tend to do that a lot. Okay. When I grabbed it, there is a button right here that I always forget about that. Yeah, my bad. I said I identify as a bad bitch. I identify as a wealthy woman. I identify as Kate the Angelic Assassin. right? I did. I pushed the button. No, it wasn't so much a joke. It was more so like, I'm just saying you have to decide exactly who you are. Okay. Release the belief that struggle makes money more meaningful. Money received with ease spends exactly the same. All the money is the same. And stop calling yourself broke. Your language becomes the instruction your mind follows. This is what I've been preaching. Preaching. Okay? Protect your money, track it, save it, price it correctly, stop spending to perform success. How many of you in this have fallen victim to the spiritual community telling you that money is energy and that you need to spend it to receive it? Because that's bullshit. That's bullshit. It's just them wanting you to buy their fucking courses. It's them wanting you to put money in their pocket. I think what's sexier is being very aware of your money and having a big, fat, sexy, juicy, delicious savings account. Right? Right? Money is a tool. It has no energy. It's not energy, dude. It's a fucking tool. It's an inanimate object. Okay. And so the spiritual community is like, the more money you spend and the more money that you put into the universe, the more you're going to receive. And then what happens is you spend money on their courses, you spend money on this, you spend money here, and then all of a sudden you're fucking broke. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Because what they're telling you is to be irresponsible with money so that you pay for their courses. Thank you. Funny how that works, right? Of course they want you to spend all of your money. They want you to invest in them. But they can't really promise you real results, can they? Can they? Right? We never say we are brokies. We say we are money magnets. It should be fine now. Exactly, patty cake. Funny how that works. How they're like, oh, the more money you spend, the more money you make. But then the more money to spend, the less money you have. Funny how that works, right? Money does not have energy, motherfuckers. It is a fucking piece of paper half the time. It is a coin. It is a number in your bank account. It's not, it has no energy. It's a fucking tool. It's an inanimate object. The fuck are they talking about? Right? Now, the energy that you might put into the money is your energy. Wait, hold on. Let's say, hi there. I love your energy. I'm in Maryland. Why do you think is it that we know we have to take a step, but something stop us? Is it fear? Is it that we have to learn a lesson or to stop you from doing what? Exactly, Tabby. Money is nothing more than a tool to move. No course can do nothing but take your money. We rule with nothing. Money does not have any fucking energy. That's like me saying, my lipstick has energy. My glasses have energy, y'all. My fucking mouse has energy, y'all. Like, what the fuck? Even, this is a great example. Your tarot deck does not have energy. It is a medium, a tool for you to communicate with who you choose to communicate. So many people are like, oh, tarot cards are evil. Tarot cards are not evil. It's like, they're literally, it's money. It's the same thing. It's not evil. It's what you allow to communicate with you that dictates the energy that you receive and what you put into the universe. I communicate with angels. Why? Because if you look at the Bible, people communicated with angels. It's what we did. Angel literally means messenger. It is normal. You can literally go to ChatGPT or Google all the different times that people, humans, you and me and left and right and average individuals, not psychics per se, although plenty of people are psychic. How, Paula? Talked to angels. Regular people. It's what is normal. People have been doing it for thousands of fucking years. It is not evil. It is not demonic. It is of God. Now, of course, you have to be mindful of the energies and the spiritual teams that you choose to work with. If you're going to use a tarot deck to talk to demons, I would not suggest that. I think that's pretty fucking stupid, right? Right? Period. But there's nothing evil about pulling out your cards and talking to your grandmother because it's your ancestor, your departed loved one, and you know for a fact that it's your grandmother because you venerated and checked and asked them specific questions that only they would know, and you did the work, then you know. It is a tool. It is just like money. It is not evil. It's who we choose to communicate with. But, a lot of priests, a lot of individuals don't want people to communicate without their help because then they're out of a job. Well, not everybody makes sense. I wouldn't overthink it. I'm just proving a point. My kid's being really loud down the stairs. I'm not used to people being home. So I'm like, hold on. What the fuck are they doing down there? That's crazy work. He won't answer. Actually, I think he's actually doing his chores, so we love that for him. How have we only been live for an hour? I feel like, not in a bad way, like I'm thrilled we have more time because I have more I want to talk about, but I feel like I've been ranting for like ever. The reason why I feel so drawn to angels, not to get off track, it's because as a skeptic, there's so much proof of angels. Right? I shake my leg. So if you see things shaking, I always shake my leg. Especially when I channel, I shake my leg a lot. Give me a second. Pulling up my notey notes. Can you believe it? Your girl actually prepped. All right, we said stop calling yourself broke. Your language becomes the instruction your mind follows. We talked about that. Choose a wealthy identity. What does your wealthiest version look like for you? Wealth is not only income, it is time, your choices, peace, ownership, access, and the power to say no. And we talked about this because I said, wealth is being able to receive compliments. Here's something let's talk about some money wealth blocks, okay? I want to talk about this because I think it's important. Okay, some of the biggest wealth block in the world, well, I don't know how else to say this, but like the biggest wealth block, and I say that, just because people understand the terminology when I say block, is your self-worth. Because you will never consistently receive more than you actually believe you deserve. And that is why the homework of receiving compliments is so important. It's getting comfortable one little step at a time to be able to receive. It's so important. Low self-worth appears as, undercharging for your services, over-giving, over-explaining, people-pleasing, and accepting crumbs. Oh, I felt like that really hit someone right now. Who did that just hit? Who felt like some type of way when I said that? How many of you feel like you have to constantly give to receive? Ooh, did I miss some fun stuff? Yeah, no, it's when kids are quiet, you worry. Yeah, well, my kids are a little older, so if they're quiet, it's usually because they're playing like video games with their friends or, yeah. I love that. Okay, so Rock's Positive, do you already dress like that? Do you dress like the wealthiest version of you? Do you already dress like that? So every single day I dress like my wealthiest version of me. When I look at my wealthiest version of me, she always has her makeup done. She always looks like $1 million, my hair, maybe not today, but she always, I'm put together. The cats are too quiet. Well, they're down there with the kids. We changed Lily's name, the kitten, to Muffin. Because she, from Bluey, because she acts and looks like Muffin. Self-worth is everything. When I started dialing in on my self-worth journey, I became my most psychic version of myself because I actually believed I was worthy of being this big, well renowned psychic, angel guide. Before I was like, I would play very small. And she loves to eat muffins every morning. My husband is a creature of habit, and he eats a muffin, and she just goes rabid for it. It's pretty funny. When I was a child, my mother had a familiar bothering, and she's separated. Well, what do I? Very cool. You need to work. I mean, if you like high heels, okay. I'm trying to catch up with the chat a little bit because I feel like I've been like yapping and on a roll that I haven't really been paying as much attention to you guys as I would have liked. Muffin is a muffinivore. That's really funny. Yeah, he's actually doing dishes downstairs, which makes me a little nervous because that probably means he wants something from me. My oldest son is 16, and he drives, he gets an allowance, he does all the things, and he's very, very, very smart. And he knows if he gets all of his chores done and he asks me for something, he's more than likely to get it. And so I just sort of like, now it's almost gotten to a point where it's like clockwork. I'm like, damn. He's getting all his shit together. What does he want? I love a cute little dress with some cute tennis shoes. I love that look. I think it's cute. But I grew up, I was born in the 80s, grew up in the 90s. And that was like a style, like, when the Allen Iverson with like the oversized tennis dresses. Yeah, it was cute. He definitely wants something. I want you guys to think about your wealthiest version of yourself, what wealth looks like to you. And I want you to ask yourself, how do you show up as that person every single day? For me, it's, putting my war paint on, becoming the angelic assassin. Because I am the angelic assassin, but I'm also mom, and I'm also Kate to my husband, like there's many different versions of myself, and I show up differently in every room. And not to say that they're not all authentically me, but they're all me. My wealthiest version of myself will never ever say anything inherently negative about myself. Now, I might make jokes about myself because it's funny and it actually, or if I get frustrated about a situation, I might make jokes, but I don't really put a lot of weight into them. Like, I'm never going to tell myself I look ugly. I'm never going to tell myself that I'm like, stupid or whatever and really believe it. My wealthiest, happiest version of myself takes time for herself, doesn't rush. I don't rush. I used to always be in a rush to go everywhere. I used to have like a lead foot when I would drive my car. Now I'm just chilling. Now I look at like being in the car, going to where I need to go is an opportunity to listen to music or an audible book, and I love it. My favorite version of me also eats very healthy and very, very well. Last night I made this really delish from scratch chicken lo mein. It wasn't fully chicken. It was more of a chow mein because there was cabbage and stuff in it. And like, I cook more because I have a higher standard of the food that I'm eating. And that's the wealthiest version of me, always eats healthy and nutritious foods, and she eats breakfast and she takes her peptides and she does her skincare. What are all of the little things that your wealthiest version does or you want to do? And it doesn't have to be expensive. Sometimes the wealthiest version of you, it's very simple. It's just like you slow down. And you're just allowing yourself to enjoy the moment. That looks so good. And I've been I post what I cook a lot of the times in the Discord just because it's like showing people, and I'm proud of myself. The wealthiest version of me isn't afraid to show off what I've accomplished. Even if that little thing is, I'm proud of the fact that I packed my kids' lunch, because the wealthiest version of me also makes sure that my kids eat well, and she packs them lunch, and she makes sure that they have nutritious foods. And she makes sure that there's healthy fruit and veggies in the house, because my kids, lucky enough, they actually really like vegetables, and they actually really, really like fruit, especially bananas. I'm an apple girly pop personally. You have to ask yourself every single day, what does that person look like? How do they move? How do they respond to people? I used to be a very confrontational person. I used to give a fuck about everybody. But now my wealthiest version of me is just like, if you piss me off or you fuck me over, you're dead to me. I'm not putting any energy into you ever again. I am not going to give two fucks. You literally spiritually die to me. You no fucking longer exist. I am not going to put an ounce of energy into you ever again. At all. And on another level, the wealthiest version of me, this most successful version of me, I'm not going to rock with people that fucked over people I care about either, because I see how that person moves. And if they're going to fuck over them, they're going to fuck over me. So why would I allow myself to be put into that position? It ain't going to happen. Right? Oh, but nobody said it was easy. Nobody said this was easy. They said, what's it? Oh, fuck. I'm going to fuck your whole name up. I'm terrible at this shit. I don't have my glasses on either, but it says, so now I'm stepping fully into that version who cares for herself and asks for help. That's probably the most difficult. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Kate will haunt you. I will fucking haunt you. People tell me all the time they hear my voice in the back of their heads all the time when they're about to do dumb shit. I have an apple tree in the backyard. It's pretty great. It's pretty great. It's pretty fucking great. Yeah, Rox, are you not in the Discord anymore? I thought you were, and you have a membership. Now, in order to get in the membership, you do have to have a membership. You just have to have the angel baddies. But it's really cool, and it gives you access to all of the other channels and streams as well. So if you're into paranormal stuff or any of it, you just get to meet really fucking cool people. Let's keep it that way. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. All right, let's pull up some more notes. See, the moment that you stop negotiating against yourself, money changes. Because money will follow the person that knows their value and moves accordingly. Period. I know my worth. And so I will not stay in rooms that do not value or see my worth. And as soon as I move into the rooms where I see my worth and where they see my worth, my money changes. It does. Would like to film the prep and growth. I am so real, probably too much. No, I like real. What do you mean? Rox, we're friends on Discord. Just message me. And we are building, we have our own separate area here soon that I believe Asylum is building. Somebody's building it for us. It's like the angel chat, because what we do is vastly different than everybody else, and we kind of need our own little niche, our own little area, our little spot, you know. Hi, Sunday Sturgeon. How are you? Yeah, to be willing to ask for help before you're drowning, which is hard. Oh, so we have even a VC in there. It's like the work doubling, where it's like a lot of us, you know, if we're working, like if I'm working, not if I'm one-on-one with a client, we'll all pop in there. It's like, it's not very chatty or talkative, but it's just nice to have company while you're doing things. And then we have like more social things as well in there. It's growing. It's in the beginning stages, but it's a lot of fun. You're not bugging me. In my head, I feel 23, but now with the healing, feel all of my 56 years of human skin bag. No, you know what I mean? I understand what you're talking about. We tend to, when we've experienced a lot of uncomfortable things in our lives, we will disassociate from things. And then when we come back to ourselves, it's when everything starts to rush in, and then we're like, oh shit, I really am 44. Oh shit, I really am 56, you know? It's not a bad thing. It just means that you're more in tune with who you are, and you're more connected to yourself again. I'm trying to see. Yeah, wealth requires the ability to receive without guilt. Your discomfort with being fully compensated is the issue. How many times have you dealt with someone and they were like, I will pay you $150 to do XYZ, and then you'll be like, no, 100's fine. So you're mean to tell me that they see your value and worth more than you do. Hello? Yeah. Sometimes it does feel like that. You woke up feeling like this. Stop discounting who you are. If somebody says, I'm going to pay you $150 to do some editing, great, thanks. Oh, don't worry about it. 100's fine. Why the fuck would you do that? Why? They've already decided that $150 is the value that they want to pay you, and then you're going to shortchange yourself. What? That's crazy. What? Absolutely not. Big no. All right. That's like everything I have in my notes. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Ooh, dead air. I'm going to get yelled at by my boss. Where is my boss? He's not here bullying me today. If you don't know, Raikeen is my boss. I just don't know where he is right now. It's a joke. He's not really my boss, but he's like our go-to guy who like takes care of everything for us. All right, we're going to do some money oracle cards. Money, money, money. Sorry. I love... You know, you can manifest money through music as well. Like, I listen to a lot of like early 2000s, late 90s hip hop music. It's like the era I grew up in, and I'll listen to like money music, like, and puts me in a vibe. Is he on disc? Oh wow, wow. I just gotta shuffle these. I even have little things around my desk to remind me who the fuck I am. Do all the things, people. Do all the things to remind yourself of who the fuck you are. I have this right here on my desk. It's like right underneath my monitor. And it literally, I say, yes, I am that bitch every fucking day. If you need a constant reminder, that's okay too. I surround myself every single day with angels. Why? It's a physical representation that my angels are always around me. Do what you got to do. Who cares if other people think it's cringe? Who cares what other people think in general? The most wealthiest version of you would never give two fucks what anybody thinks about you. Well, this is going to be a collective reading. Ooh. When the cards turn over. Sorry if I'm not talking. This is why sometimes I feel like I need a co-host because like, or a babysitter, because I'm over here like shuffling cards, and soon I'm going to figure out how to stream in the Discord. And if I do that, then that means people can pop in and, you know, get little readings and shit and do all the things. It'll be fun. I just shuffle until the angels tell me to stop. Should we talk about grounding real quick? Because Rox Positive brought it up. I think many of you are overly grounded. And what happens when you're overly grounded? You're small. It's like every time you try to ground, you're pulling all of your energy back to you as opposed to expanding your energy. What if you're overly grounded? What if you're playing small? What if you're supposed to be allowing yourself to be powerful, to be authentic, to be real? And what you should be doing is not practicing rooting down to the ground and being still and being stuck, but you're actually supposed to be practicing expanding your energy as far and wide as possible. See, what I do is I sit and I have my energy come to me, starting from my heart center. And then I visualize a light in my heart and I blow it the fuck out. And I push and I push and I push and I push until it's taken up the entire fucking room. And I push a little harder and I allow it to just expand and expand. And then it's taking up my whole house. And then going into the universe. And I create impact. And I embody the power and I allow myself. Oh, you can feel it. Don't you feel a difference now? You feel the difference now, don't you? Because what if it's not that you're grounded? What if it is that you've been hiding, stifling, holding, minimizing? Thank you, Asylum. What if? What if it's the opposite issue? Funny how that is. Funny how different that energy shifts. Funny how that is. I'm a cocky bitch with a massive ego. I just don't allow my ego to fuck me up. I don't allow myself. Ego is not bad. Ego will help you be successful. Ego will help you protect yourself. Ego will help you make the money that you want to make. You can't kill your ego. You're not supposed to kill your ego. You're supposed to become besties with your ego and understand your ego, because your ego is the one that reminds you of who the fuck you are. Oh, I killed my ego. Well, that sucks. Sucks for you then. How are you gonna fucking make any money then, bitch? Money tree. Okay. And it says, dreams come true. You will get what you have long desired. Enjoy your wealth. And that's why I push you guys into the authenticity. Why don't you guys have bigger fucking egos? Why are you not like looking in the mirror and being like, holy fuck, I have survived. I have overcome. I have created. I have moved in this direction by my fucking self. And I am so proud of myself. I did that. Stop feeling bad for your success. I think the biggest issue is you don't have a big enough ego. I think the biggest issue is that you're fighting against a huge part of who you are and then wondering why you're at war with yourself. Bitch, get a bigger ego. You think I would have any success in the space that I am if I didn't have a massive fucking ego? If I didn't think that I was that bitch? Now, there's a big difference between being egotistical and having an ego. I do not think I'm better than anyone. I mean, that's not true. I do think I'm better than some people, but like that's a different story. But for different reasons, not because of the way they look or any of that stuff. It's because of how they move. You know what I mean? But you don't want to be egotistical. You don't want to think you're better than everybody else just because of who you are. It's about having the ability to still be humble, but not small. See, people misunderstand what humble means. Humble does not mean that you think less of yourself. It means that you don't think you're better than people. It's like Jesus Christ. He was not humble in the sense how humble is taught today, but he knew he was that guy. Jesus Christ knew he was the Son of God. Jesus Christ knew he was the Son of God, and he was not afraid to say, I am the Son of God. I am that guy. I know what I'm talking about. I am receiving message from God. I can help you. I can save you. I can heal you. I can guide you, right? Where's the humbleness in the sense of how they teach humbleness today? Right? Humble is being able to sit at the same table that maybe are not in the same tax bracket as you and talk to them like an equal, like you would talk to somebody else. That's humble. Humble is walking down the street and not treating people differently just because they're not wearing Armani. Humble is still lifting those up, or lifting those other people, or helping people that maybe you wouldn't necessarily help just because. Humble is washing the feet of the poor, going to soup kitchens, and giving of your time. That is humble. Humble is never forgetting where you came from. But humble is not forgetting who the fuck you are. Hey, AJ. The money tree comes when you figure out who the fuck you are. When you stop being humble and just be humble. That's the difference. So your dreams come true when you finally get comfortable with allowing yourself to receive that dream. You don't get the dream and then figure out you're worthy. Because what happens is, and we've all done this, is this, right? You should absolutely do a channel. If you have a hard time receiving, then you won't receive it. Or you won't receive it to its entirety. It's like when I said to you, all of a sudden you've been praying for more money and somebody comes with a job offer and they say, I will pay you $700 to clean my house from top to bottom. And then you go, you know what? Just 500 is enough. But God wanted to give you 700 and you said, no, God, I only deserve 500. Make that make sense. This wire is pissing me off. I got to figure this out. Hold on. Give me a second, guys. It's actually really irritating me. Okay, that's better. Stop underselling yourself. Remember what your homework is, and your homework is to receive a compliment, right? Without giving a compliment back and just saying thank you and receiving it and practicing receiving. Ooh, new beginnings. New beginnings. We love this. It says, you will start a new job. You saw we were just talking about in the chat, and I can't say your name, was like, I need to start a channel. And then this card came out where it said new beginning. You will start a new job and life. Clean sweep over. You're hitting the reset button. How many of you feel like you're hitting the reset button? Let me know. How many of you felt like in the last month or so, it's like you hit a reset button? I do. I definitely feel like I burnt a ton of things to the ground, and I definitely feel like I hit a reset button. I do. To me, that card is very much validation. Very much validation. Public face. How many of you resonate with this one? Oh, there we go. Public face. How many of you resonate with this one? Follow your heart. Become who you want to be. Earn a reputation. It's okay to be yourself. You know, one of the hardest things for me when I kind of got into a social media space was the more authentic I was, the more people received me. Now, as somebody that's always kind of grew up in an environment where I was told I was too this or too much that or not enough this. Like, you know, I was always the kid that talked too much, who had to sit close to the teacher, or I was not tall enough. I was too thick. I was whatever. Hey, Phil, how many of you relate to that? The hardest part about getting older is the more we lean into our authenticity, and when people actually like us for who we are, it completely fucks your head up because it's incredibly uncomfortable, because we have been taught that our authentic self is not worthy and that we have to act a certain way, talk a certain way. Okay, I'll call you back. Talk a certain way, don't talk as much, be seen, not heard. And it's the only way that we feel like we can be received and accepted. So when you start to be your authentic self and people receive it well and people are excited about it and you're like attracting the right people in, it's very uncomfortable. And you question it and it's very like, back and forth, and you question the authenticity about whether or not they actually like you. Right, Phil? Me too. Phil said I was a square peg trying to fit in the round hole. Period. I still feel that way sometimes. Home based. How many people work from home? I work from home. It says home is the harbor of the soul. It's the safest place you can be. Change your environment. I've been practicing feng shui for like a really long time. And I find that when my energy feels stagnant, a deep cleaning is very, very powerful, or going through my closets and removing things that are just holding me back, or paying, kind of paying better attention to my career corner or paying attention to my wealth corner. Do you guys want to talk about feng shui going up in the future? We could totally do that. I've been practicing it for years. I'm quite educated about it though. I love it. It's one of the few things that I've really kind of dialed into outside of angels and stuff. But what I'm feeling for the collective right now is it's almost like everybody here is about to go into hermit mode. And I don't feel like that's a bad thing. But what I feel very strongly about that card specifically, it's like get your affairs at home in order, because you're about to be spending a lot of time at home. Not because anything bad is happening. It's almost like you're moving into like lock-in mode where you're getting ready to just like focus and we'll do that. Yeah. Well, make sure, here's the thing about your wealth corner. I can't stress this to you enough. If your wealth corner is the far left room in your home, it's wrong. Feng Shui is an ancient Chinese tradition, well over 3,000 years old. And one of the most powerful things that they talk about in Feng Shui is the actual directions. And if it's not the southwest corner or the north corner, then it's wrong. Sorry. It's not your wealth corner. It's something completely different. Unless you're lucky enough and you pulled out your compass and it just happened to be the far back left corner, happened to be your southwest corner, then great. Wonderful. I'm happy for you. But if you did not take the time to figure out where your southwest corner is, and you just listened to the internet and it told you it's the far left corner, I'm so sorry. That's whitewashed, colonized feng shui, and it's not fucking accurate. And you're not going to have the same fucking results. Just like your south corner is fame, and it's associated to the color red and fire. There's levels to this shit. So if you truly want to embody your wealth corner in feng shui, it is your southwest corner. That means you're right on track, Rocks. Savings. I was literally talking about, see, the angels always have jokes, because I will literally like, how do you say, like give you guys like psychic readings, and then I'll pull out the oracle cards and the oracle cards will just say the same fucking thing. Oh, guess you got some closets to clean out, Rocks Positive. Guess you have some closets. You always need to put something off for a bad day. Create savings for your future. I can't stress this enough. I've been telling all of my clients with my one-on-ones that you have to focus on creating savings right now. I am not entirely sure why, but there's this big call to action. It could be something as simple as like, the angels are pissed off. I'm telling you right now, the angels are really frustrated with the spiritual community. That's why a lot of people are not very accurate anymore, because a lot of angels are just not fucking with people anymore, because whatever. Your Airbnb is in the wealth corner. That's not a bad thing. If it's a money maker, just treat it with reverence and respect. That's not a bad thing. Okay. And it really is very important for people to understand that like there's levels to this shit, and you need to be very mindful, and that money is not energy. That's bullshit. It is a tool, right? And that stop giving it more power than it has. for the good, the bad, the ugly, and focus on creating the abundance where you need it to be. And that I feel like the big lesson right now is to not be afraid of holding money. I really, truly believe that that's the message right now, that we're working through money trauma and that we're being taught to feel safe holding money. I'm not saying okay. Wait till you see the card. When I was just talking about the angels, I literally was just talking about the angels, and it says guardian angel. Some higher power is protecting you from difficulties and misfortunes. Trust your guardian angels. Okay, so we're gonna just be so fucking for real that the angels have fucking jokes, and they're over here being like, listen to her, she's speaking facts, because we're talking about an entirely money oracle deck, and there's only one guardian angel. There's only one angel card in this entire deck, and as I'm talking about angels, we get the guardian angel card. I'm going to just say that. And I'm going to tell you why I talk the way I do, because I am a skeptic, even skeptical of myself at times, because I have my own self-worth stuff that I'm working through. And when shit like this happens, hey, Forfas, when shit like that happens, even my mind gets blown. Even I get excited. Even I'm like, holy motherfucking shit. They're really fucking here with us, and they're really, really communicating with us. Oh, I'm so sorry. That sucks. Well, hopefully you can get that all cleaned up. Well, now you have even more of a reason to focus on cleaning up your Airbnb, right? Because now that you know it's your wealth corner. Wealth. Motherfucker! I can't make this shit up. Is anybody else like find this shit really fucking funny? It's like I'm saying the word and then the card comes out with the word on it. Like, can we not just pretend like this is not fucking crazy right now? Like, what the fuck? Like, are we just gonna pretend like this shit isn't happening? What the fuck? Okay, I get it. What the fuck? Okay. You are moving towards real wealth and prosperity. Keep up the great work. Like, come on now. Like, they got jokes. They got jokes. They got fucking jokes. They really be fucking with me. I love that though. Okay, that's too many. Love life. We're gonna start focusing more on our love life. Free from problems and money troubles. Enjoy the passion of love. Focus on your self-love and you will find your inevitable success. Focus on your self-love or your personal relationships, clean up your home, and you will find your success. I'm telling you, I've been channeling that for weeks. I had this conversation with a client yesterday that was just absolutely fascinating to me, because sometimes I'll be channeling for other people, but the things that will come through, I'll be like, holy shit, that's actually pretty fun. That's profound. And I can really kind of hold on to that. You know, one thing I struggle with is I used to kind of like live to work. I can be a little bit of a workaholic because I love what I do. I've been really trying to step back and like work to live and really kind of romanticize all the little things that we do on an everyday basis. Like putting on the cute outfit to go to the gym, or, you know, putting on the music as I clean, and just like doing those little extra things. And it's been really great. You hate when people call you friend. Do not trust people. Spiritual work. And it says, open your heart into a spiritual career and heal the human heart. You are a light worker. How many people really kind of connect with that? Good, smart. A lot of times we'll have a hard time kind of labeling people as friend, especially if we feel like we've been hurt by a lot of friends. We've had a lot of friendship betrayal. And so it does not feel safe having friends. Does anybody, I have some time to kill. We've got like 15 minutes before the show ends. I could do mini reads for $20, like on a super chat real quick. I could probably do like 1 or 2 right now if anybody wants to do that. Basically, I did it yesterday too. Or I could do like a, money reading for you where you do a super chat for $20 and I will, I could probably do 2. I'll probably do 2 right now. If 2 people want to get a reading real quick, otherwise we're just going to hang out and chit chat and get ready for my next show. And I can talk to you about my next show. But if you want to do a little mini reading, I do these little mini readings when I can. Always, if you want one, every Tuesday I do them. It's, because to book with me one-on-one, it's expensive. I'm a professional. I've been reading tarot for decades. I've been doing it professionally now for 7 years. I'm very, very good at what I do. I'm very, very accurate. And I work with incredibly powerful people around the world. But I do offer little mini reads here on my lives on YouTube for like $20. I'll pull like 3 or 4 cards and do some psychic reading and kind of help you back on track. It's all good. If nobody wants it either, that's fine too. We can chit chat because I'm really excited about the show that I'm about to do with my co-host Scooter in Asylum. This is our 3rd show today where we go into the unknown. And it's a paranormal show I'm very excited about, where we react to paranormal videos we kind of decide whether or not they're real or not. I do a little bit of mediumship because I am a certified medium. We talk about demons and what demons are. We talk about jinn. The way to pay is I don't know if you could say you see a little money sign. You pay through YouTube. It's a little super chat. You can just do $19.99 or $20. So you should see in the chat, you see the little money sign, like a little dollar bill. But I'm very, very excited about it. It's a newer show. Like I said, today's our 3rd day. And it's right after this. Basically, you don't even have to go anywhere. The whole chat will be redirected to the show. And I ask that you stick around. That's great. I do this every Tuesday. And then if there's any extra time in the show, I will do it. Just because, like I said, I understand and I have different pay points for everyone. But I also know my worth and I know how I change people's lives. Yeah. So I do offer, and I'm telling you, like, but I really want you guys to check out my next show. I'm really excited about it. Asylum is so educated. And if you're familiar with paranormal stuff at all, he actually helped create TAPS, which is there's like a TAPS organization almost in every state here, which is a paranormal investigation community. He was friendly with, or he had a relationship and he knew them, the Warrens. So that's really cool. And he's been in the world for a really long time. And then we have our buddy Scooter, who is one of the brainchilds, if not the main brainchild behind the Misfit Mafia. And he is like our regular guy, almost like our frat guy. He's very new to this and it's really fun watching. Thank you. So Joan of Arc Tarot, I got you. So that's one person. I'll do one more. And so I'm really excited about it. If you guys don't know, I actually got my start as a rescue medium. I would help people remove attachments from themselves, as well as I would help people banish things from their homes, or I would just help them see what was there and let them do it themselves. But that's how I got started. Now, Joan, and I love Joan of Arc, by the way, she was also a devotee of St. Michael. So I love that. Do you have any specific questions? Let me know. If not, I will just give you a reading. There is no right or wrong way. I just try to, if there is a specific thing. Stop. I used to live in El Paso. Did we talk about this already? I used to live in El Paso. Did I talk about that with you? And I believe you, because El Paso was a trip. It was a trip. Joan of Arc, did you say you have a question? Because I just see yes. I don't see yes to what. Just a general reading would be. Oh, see, you're funny. I can't read. Yo, Joan of Arc, I cannot read for myself for shit. And I know why. It's because I have an emotional bias. I question everything. I was visiting an old prison and something followed me out of the lower cell block. I'm trying to see it. Let me dial in with Joan of Arc first. I don't want to get distracted. Joan of Arc, tarot. But I literally have the hardest time reading for myself. Like I can do like a card of the day, but I have a really hard time reading for myself because I have such an emotional bias. So I was in El Paso when, ooh, girl. Joan of Arc, did you just walk away from something? Oh, is it? That's funny. That's funny. I feel like you just walked away from something, but like by choice. Does that make sense? I feel and it's because we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, but it was like with also the Nine of Swords in reverse. To me, it's telling very much of like this is exactly what you wanted to do. This was like a conscious decision, and it helped to relieve you of a lot of unnecessary stressors, unnecessary mental warfare. It was like you made this conscious decision to walk away from something that you knew that was draining the fuck out of you. Because we also have the Star card with the Eight of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. If you know, you know. And so for me, it's like you ended this cycle. Ooh, are you a recovering people pleaser too? Like same. It was like, and with the Star card here, for me, it really talks about like trusting your intuition, but it also talks about like how a lot of times people have like one foot in the past and one foot in the future. And you teetered there for like a really long time. But recently you made this huge, just like, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to put that other foot forward and I'm going to close the door behind me. And it was the best thing you possibly could have done because all of a sudden this cycle ended. Thank you, Lily. I'll do you right next after this. But I'm not, this thing always, what the fuck? It's being weird. And that's it. I can just have time for two because I don't want to rush anybody's. And for me, it's interesting. It's almost like as soon as you close the door, now what they're showing me is the Eight of Wands. Now, the reason why they're showing me the Eight of Wands for you specifically, it was like all of a sudden the messages, it was like you had this brain fog and all of a sudden it was like you made this conscious decision, you closed this door, and then all of a sudden the messages came back in. You felt more in tune with yourself. You felt more connected with your spiritual team. Everything just made so much more sense to you. It was like clarity. It was almost very overwhelming. It was like clarity on top of clarity on top of clarity on top of clarity, right? To the point where it was like, oh shit. And then you kind of moved into this place of beating yourself up like I should have done it sooner. I don't agree with that at all. We also have the Page of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. And what that tells me is like, you know what? It was like you're still kind of teetering. You're still kind of looking behind you and not looking forward. It's like you're still trying to learn a lesson from all of this when the lesson from this was simple, to the point. The lesson was choosing you. That's it. It's that simple. There's nothing more to learn from this other than the simple fact of trusting your intuition, trusting yourself, trusting your messages, and not second guessing any of them. Because what they're showing me is intuitively, when you first walked into this situation, everything inside of you was telling you, no, 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 no. But then you were like, nah, maybe. And then that's where you got yourself into trouble. Because you knew this was not for you. You knew. I don't know what changed. They're not showing me what changed. What was like the straw that broke the camel's back. But I'm going to get you a little guidance here as well. This is why I don't know if you guys watch other people, like why I charge the $20. I don't just pull you one card. I give you an actual mini reading. You know, I can't stand it when I see people like, I will do one card for $20 or one card for $10. And I'm like, you're not helping them. You're just doing a money grab. I do this to help people. Okay. They want you to move faster. I don't know. Move faster. Move faster away from this old environment. Close the doors faster. Sever the ties. Do everything you can to move forward because they've been trying to pull you out of this situation for like the longest time. Did you do some sort of ritual? I'm seeing you do some sort of ritual. Did you do some sort of ritual to kind of end things? Oh, right. And they give you one card and has like the fucking meaning on it and there's no like depth to it. And there's no... Phil, don't get me started. Not to say I don't use cards that have stuff on it, but you never see me just do that. Like there's more to it. I'm like, whatever. Did you do a ritual? You did do a ritual. They're showing me it was effective. The ritual was effective. They just keep saying, it's like I keep hearing, run, bitch, run. Run, bitch, run. That's what I keep hearing. But the ritual was effective. So don't worry about that. Keep moving forward. You're being supported and everything is falling back into place. And everything I keep hearing is run, bitch, run. Okay. And I'll pull you a money card too. Listen, I do what I'm told to do, and they told me to pull you a money card. So I never, if I don't pull somebody a card, it's not because I don't believe or whatever. I do what I'm supposed to do, okay? And that is what they told me to do. And the card is alchemy, and how appropriate. It says, using, rituals and all of that stuff, transform the situation. This is just, they're just telling me right now, whatever ritual you did, it worked, okay? I respect the craft, Sarah. You know what it is? I respect the craft. I respect the craft. That's what it is. Okay. Everyone's texting me. Why? Don't they know I'm busy? Oh, wait, I'm psychic. They're not psychic. All right, Lily, for your career, anything that comes up for my current job and new possibilities. Okay. Miss Lily. Now, if you're interested in getting a mini read, Tarot Tuesday. Sometimes you will get lucky and I'll be able to do 1 or 2 people at the end of a live like this. But that's not every day. Although, wouldn't that be cool? Like I could just that'd be fun. They do. Oh. Wow. I can't tell you the messages coming in right now for you before I even pull the cards. Okay. And this is for everybody, but especially for Lily. Okay. You cannot be friends with your coworkers. You can't. Especially in this economy. Look, I've had a lot of water. I've been good. My son brought this up. It was up to here. I've been a good girl. I'm worried I'm going to have to go run to the ladies right before the next show. Yeah. Ooh, my thing's going off crazy. Lily, I need a little confirmation. Do you understand what I'm talking about where I say you cannot be friends with your coworkers? Does that make sense to you right now? Because I need to know before I keep going. I need to know. Please and thank you. I needs to know. Where'd you go? Where the fuck did you go? There you are. I've been trying. I've also been very thirsty. Where's this thing? Lily, where'd you go, girl? I need you. Okay, I'll keep moving because I don't want to run out of time. But you cannot be friends with your coworkers because you can't trust that your coworker is always going to have your back, especially in this economy where everyone is out for themselves because they have to. Desperate people do desperate shit. Okay. And what I'm seeing right now with your career, it's like having the weight of your world and feeling like you're on an island. You're not overthinking. Not at all. It's like the weight of the world is on your shoulders and it's like you would love to have teammates or team members at work. You can't, especially in this economy. And it's very hard for you because you do actually love people. You like helping people. You like talking with people. So you can have friendly conversations with people, but I need you to understand that they will forever be your coworkers. They are not your friends. Okay. And you have this really heavy presence on your shoulders. And I don't mean an entity or an energy. That's not what I mean. It's just constantly feeling like you have to fight for everything that you have. Okay. And because of that, you're in your head a lot. It's like you don't feel safe at your job. And it's like, do I belong here? What should I be doing? And you're not seeing many opportunities outside of it right now. You're not seeing any opportunities outside of your job right now. And I understand that. It's just not fun. It's not fun heading to work every day, guys, and not wanting to be there, especially, and then not even feeling like you have people to talk to where you feel emotionally or spiritually safe talking to them. You work with a lot of people that are just kind of chaotic. have a lot of personal issues going on. I don't really think you should take any of it personally. And any like gossipy, clicky shit is just, projection. I do see changes for you in the future. I do, but not as soon or as quickly as what you would like. You're going to have to make a decision here soon, though, about how much energy you're going to put into your career. Listen, haters are just haters. Haters are people that hate themselves. Stop putting any more effort into, like, misery loves company. And I always say, if you're hating, you're not hustling. Your problem is this: you're still wanting that outside validation from losers. It's a good thing if the losers don't like you. They're telling you to protect your energy. Continue to protect your energy, because you do have a lot of low-hanging fruit around you that make you kind of question your abilities. It's not even your energy, it's their energy that I'm picking up, because you're actually really, really, really capable. And I need you to start moving forward on this plan that you have in the back of your head. I don't know if it's like a side hustle or what it is, but they're telling you to move forward. Yeah, conflict. So much conflict. And you feel like all the conflict is making you stuck. It's not making you stuck. It's you giving a fuck about it that's making you feel stuck. I want you to start making a plan to move forward and figuring out what you actually want, because I think that's the problem. You're not entirely sure what you want because you're so focused on everything that's kind of weighing you down, as opposed to how to move forward. Stop focusing on what's weighing you down and what you can do now to feel better. Even if that means like having a pint of ice cream at home because you're going to have a shitty day. I definitely see you moving into hermit mode. We talked about this for the collective. Ooh, it's after 1. Let me finish it up real quick. I definitely see moving forward you kind of being in this place of hermit mode right now. And you kind of staying within yourself and finally kind of just figuring out what the fuck you want. I'm going to pull you one more card because I didn't realize the time. This is why I was only doing 2. But I get locked in, as you guys see. I'll just keep going. Yeah, I do see connections and networks and coming to you, but you need to be patient and you need to work on yourself first. Once you kind of do that, everything else falls into place. Once you choose your own health and well-being, everything changes. Okay. All right. Asylum said the redirect is in, so do not go anywhere, especially if you love spooky paranormal things. We have a great show planned for you. Thank you so much, Bunny Honey, for the jewels. I appreciate you. Remember, Lily, choose yourself and everything will fall back into place. You're living for everyone else. You need to live for you. And I will see you guys all tomorrow. I'm very excited. Same time, same place. And I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Do not go anywhere. We have a great show planned. And let me figure out how to end this because I'm not. There we go.